Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this week. Well, today's election day, and perhaps some of you have already voted, but if you haven't, let me encourage you to get out there and vote today. This is a determinative election for the direction of our country. And the electorate needs to do their part. But as you go out to vote, ask yourself this question. Who chooses our leaders? Who really chooses our leaders? Do we? Is it our vote that ultimately determines that? Is it the Republicans or the Democrats? The Electoral College? The press? The media? Let me give you God's perspective on that. God says this in Psalm 103, verse 19. The Lord has established, Yahweh has established his throne in heaven, and his kingdom rules over all. Not will rule, but is ruling as we speak. Daniel says, in Daniel chapter 4, verse 17, the Most High is sovereign over the kingdoms of men and gives them to anyone that he wishes, and he places over them, yes, the lowliest of men. Now, certainly, we in the past have experienced that in this country, as most nations have. Proverbs 21 verse 1 says this, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, is in the hand of Yahweh. And like the rivers of water, he turns it whatever way he wishes. God is in control of the king's heart. Romans chapter 13 verse 1, it says, there is no authority except that which has been established by God. The authorities that exist have been established by God. Now this is a tough one. This means that God, in his infinite wisdom, allowed Adolf Hitler to ascend to leadership. That means that God has allowed an Ahmadinejad likewise to ascend to leadership as he pursues nuclear weapons that he wants to control the world with. God is in control. Matter of fact, it's even said of Jesus in Revelation chapter 1 and verse 5, Jesus is the ruler of the kings of the earth. That is to say, he is now, once again, not in the future, but he is, as we speak, the ruler of the kings of the earth. Now, what are we to do about that? That has some implications for us, and I think the Apostle Paul tells us what those implications are in his letter to Timothy, his son in the Lord. 1 Timothy 2, verses 1 through 4. I urge, sense of urgency, I urge then, first of all, sense of priority, that petitions, prayers, intercessions, and supplications and thanksgiving be made for all people, especially for kings and those in authority, that we may live peaceable and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. It says, this is good and pleases God our Savior, who wants all people to be saved and to come to a knowledge of the truth. That's our role. Who really chooses our leaders? Well, God does ultimately. But he chooses our leaders on the basis of our prayers and our intercessions, our supplications on behalf of our leaders. So we have a vital part to play. We are co-workers with God in establishing the leadership over us. Let's not forfeit that opportunity and that responsibility. So have a good day. Don't forget to vote. Till next week, Od Kiyevo Shiloh, or until Messiah comes, Shalom Aleichem.